How we feeling, people? How are we feeling? What's going on, man?
Hey, what's going on, bro?
Chilling, chilling.
I just want to get your thoughts on something.
Mm-hmm.
What you think about a guy dating a woman with kids?
With kids?
Yeah.
I mean, you know, it's cool. It depends on what you want. Like I always say, the reason why you do something is more important than the actual behavior. Okay. So
Gotcha.
with the kids conversation, there's two approaches, right? There's like you can come at it from the approach where it's like, oh, I genuinely like this person and I don't mind taking on the responsibility of, being a extra parental figure in like the lives of the children. Healthy, healthy framing, right? Or
Yeah.
you could be like, I don't really have a lot of options. I'm kind of desperate, so I'm gonna take this woman with kids. That's the losing strategy.
Okay.
That's the loser approach, right? So
Yeah.
it depends on like what's motivating your decision.
I'm asking because um I'm 39 now.
Sure.
I was married at 19.
Mm-hmm.
With a woman with three kids.
Mm-hmm.
Now they I look at them as my own.
Mm-hmm.
But on the internet, today's conversation is a bad thing, right?
Yeah.
Raise my kids. I got grandkids now from them. I have no biological kids of my own,
Mm-hmm.
but I look at them as my kids, as
Okay.
my babies. Um, so I just want to hear your aspect on. So I saw dating, relationship questions and advice.
Yeah.
So I'm looking for other men, um, to hear them out because I was young when I did it, right? I wouldn't do it now. My relationship now, I'm divorced, and I was looking for a woman with no kids.
Mm-hmm.
That was, you know, um, boundaries I had. You have kids, you had to have two-parent home, no kids. Now that I'm older, for a relationship, and I found it, don't get me wrong, but that was something I wanted. But at the same time, the conversation today on the internet, you know, they call people suckers if you get in a relationship with kids.
Yeah.
With a woman with kids, excuse me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just black and white, man. Um, that's like more of a red pill talking point. They're half right.
Yeah.
They're half right. That's why I said like it
Yeah, no,
depends on.
no. I see the other argument, and
Yeah.
I understand it. I do.
Yeah. It's partially dependent upon like again what's motivating your decision, right? Are you doing it out of desperation? Okay, well then yeah, you're taking a loser's proposition, right? You don't really care for the kids or anything like that. You just want access to a woman because you don't really have access like that. So that's like more of a loser's way of approaching it. But like if you genuinely don't mind and you plan on raising the kids as your own, if that's the dynamic. I come from a home like that. Like my
Yeah.
biological father wasn't around growing up. He was locked up. So I had to. My adoptive father came in and played that role. So I'll be the
Yeah.
last one to speak ill will on like people who come in and play that role for kids, right? Kids do need fathers,
Yeah.
but at the
For
same
sure.
time, at the same
Yeah.
time,
Yeah.
there needs to be something like you need to be like intentionally moving like that, right? It needs to be
Intentionally,
part.
I think so.
Exactly.
And for me, when I got with this woman, I was 18, right? So I built with her, but at the same time, when we got our divorce,
Hmm.
I wasn't looking for no more. I wasn't looking for no more women with
Yeah.
kids. I wanted to be somebody without kids, and I found my person. But
Hmm.
at the same time, like on the internet, so say, like I said, if you get with a woman with kids, you a sucker. You're taking care of somebody else's responsibility, and it's not that. not that. If like you said, if you intentionally looking for somebody, it's not that. But you gotta know your boundaries and what
Mm-hmm.
you want,
Yeah,
right?
100%. And you got to choose, someone like a woman in that situation who has a bit of wisdom on her end, because it could be a complicated dynamic, right? Where you're dealing
Yeah,
with a woman who's like putting the kids above the man who
first, yeah,
she's like
yeah.
trying to
It's a
marry, right?
bad,
It's
it's
almost
a
like
bad
there's
dynamic.
two different families. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So it's like that isn't the best situation to be in, and that's part of the reason why there's like negative talking points normally in this situation.
yeah,
But there are a lot of times where it works out just fine, right? So
yeah.
you gotta one, have the right motivations to be in that situation in the first place, and two, choose well simultaneously. And if you do both of
For
those things,
sure.
then it's a fine situation.
Yeah, so I tell guys all the time, there's nothing wrong with it. Like you said, if you intentionally care for the person and y'all have your situation and y'all discuss that, that's fine. But if you don't want kids, that's fine too. If you
Mm-hmm.
want somebody with kids, that's fine.
Yeah.
It's you know my second relationship that my person, like I said, I was looking for somebody that did not have kids. She respect my boundaries and what I have for my kids, my step kids, and you know, she took them as their own. But at the same time, everybody not like that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, a woman coming to a relationship not going to take your ex to kids that's not your biologically own as yours and mine did. So I mean, different dynamic. When it comes to dating and relationship, you gotta find your person. Your person is your person, right?
Right.
So mine accepted it, and I dated several women that would not accept it, and that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Understandably. But my my person did, and that's what um, November
Oh, bro,
and they
kind of breaking
so
up.
yeah.
Okay. But yeah, man, it was a good question, bro. I got a line building up, so I got to go. But I appreciate you coming in and adding some value to the conversation, big dog. You have a good one, all right?
Uh,
All right, take care.
yeah. I appreciate it.
Mm-hmm. All right, let me see. I think official Lore Hatch is still, well, he didn't connect. Diary of a Mad Black Woman, what's going on?
Hi, good night. So, can you hear me well?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I have a question. I am currently in a relationship and I've been with my partner for maybe like 5 years. But I feel as though that right now I am at the point where he wants to move in, and we currently don't live together. But I'm at the point where he wants to move in, but I told him that in order for us to move in, I have a couple fears, and one of those fears is I'm a very layered woman. I went through a lot of childhood trauma, and I feel as though he is not curious enough to really delve in deep into me,
Mm-hmm.
and ask those questions that can really kind of um, just I guess I just feel like he's not curious about the layers to me as a woman. So I told him, like, when you come over, it's different. Like, we have this thing called, I guess they call it parallel play, where, he's on his phone and, like, he's doing whatever he's doing and I'm doing whatever I'm doing. But sometimes the silence, it's bearable because it's temporary,
Mm-hmm.
because I live by myself. So now if we were to move in, I fear that the silence would increase because we're not having those deep conversations. And I worry that, like, I just don't need more silence. I need somebody that is going to delve in deeper into me if we're going to be living together majority of the time. So I love silence too, but not the silence where it's like we're not having deep conversation. And that's what I desire. But I was okay with accepting not getting it because we were not together all the time. So I would get it from my friends. I would get it from, my other family members. But thinking that we want to take this step, I think it's important. It's more important to me if we're going to live together that I don't have more silence. So, yeah, because it is a big step. So I told him that I wanted this, and I probably didn't come across the right way because I was full of emotion, and he didn't really take it well, which is understandable. I was kind of like, my voice was raised, I was really passionate, and he kind of felt I was yelling at him. But I told him, I'm not yelling at you, just you know what, maybe I should talk about this when I am more calm. Boom. So we tabled it. Then he comes over and he asks me, we're laying in the bed, just like talking or whatever. He laying in the bed, and I said, well, I noticed like you have certain like quirks or whatever that you do, like certain things. I said, I noticed like you move your mouth when like you're doing something or a certain activity, like when you're cooking. And I noticed that sometimes you're in your house and you can't be silent, you have to put on a podcast. And he's like, oh wow, I never know you notice those things about me. He said, wait, I noticed, let me see if I noticed some quirks about you. And he couldn't think of anything. And it was like, I was like, it's okay that you can't think of something. And he was like, no. He said, no. He was like, no, it's not that I don't remember. I said, okay. I said, but it's okay. Because I just felt like it was like, I don't know. And he later asked me, like, as we're laying there, he's like, do you think I'm neglectful? And I said, like, neglectful in what sense? And I'm thinking he's asking this question because he feels as though he's neglecting those quirks or trying to remember those things about me. So I say, I don't know. I think like you're neglectful in your self-care routine. Maybe you forget to do your, like, I don't know. You probably don't take great care. You don't prioritize that stuff. Just for him to tell me tomorrow morning that he asked me that question because he wanted it to go into a deeper conversation about, does he feel like I was neglected in my childhood? And I said, I would much rather you just ask me that question, because him asking me the question of, do I think he's neglectful, is a reflection of his behavior, not really a reflection of who I am and what he wants to know about me.
Right. Okay. So what question do you have about the situation?
Do you think it's possible for him to kind of learn to delve deep or ask deeper questions with me, or should I cut my losses, but should I kind of just take the situation for what it is? Like, you cannot make somebody be something that they're not naturally.
Okay. You obviously are benefiting from the connection because you said that y'all been together for 5 years, right?
Yes.
Okay. So the problem that you're describing doesn't really seem like a problem, right? It would seem that if you really needed intellectual stimulation from a romantic partner, then you would not have been in this relationship for 5 years. So it seems that your current strategy of getting that cup filled elsewhere, per friends and family, is enough. I don't see how him moving in just magically makes it a need now.
Mm-hmm.
So that tells me that you're probably trying to avoid this next step, and this is a justification that you're latching on to.
I think because like we're gonna be spending more time together. I was thinking that I was okay with the fact of him not being able to fulfill this need because he's only over here temporarily. Like, he's only over here temporarily. But being that we're gonna move in together, there's gonna be more time spent together. So that's why I'm thinking that maybe this is something that I am going to need, and I can't pull from my family and friends because I'm gonna be around him a lot more.
Yeah, you'll be around him a lot more, but that's not stopping you from talking to your friends and family.
Right.
You still can do the same thing. You're just doing it with somebody else there, and I'm sure he's not going to be up your ass the entire time if y'all move in together, to where he's like, just, listen to your conversations, chiming in, right? Like, that's not how it's going to work. He'll be off doing his own thing more than likely. So, you very rarely going to get everything you want in one individual.
Right.
This is something I also had to learn myself. In my past relationship, I was like that. That's one thing that made me kind of hesitant, which is I'm similar to you in the sense where I like intellectual stimulation. That's probably obvious on these lives, given the things I talk about. But I also concluded that, as long as I get that filled in other ways, it's fine, right?
Right.
Like, there's always going to be something the person is missing.
Right. I see in the comments somebody said it doesn't mean he's going to be more engaging either. and I think that's a part of it too. So if he comes over for those, like, couple hours, and we watch a movie, we have a good conversation, um like about the movie or whatever, then that's fine. But I just feel as though that we move in together a lot more time is going to spend. It doesn't mean that he's going to be using that time to be curious about me. Like, I know his quirks because I'm curious about the way he thinks. I'm curious about the way he, like, what led him to a decision that he makes. And also too, this is something I have spoken to him about within the 5 years we've been together. And I just find as though that, it's almost like you say something one time, and then, like, the person they try to do it for like 2-3 months, and then they forget, and then they fall off to they go back to baseline. And it's just like, damn, is this something that he can give me? Is this something that I really need within him? Like, I don't know. I go back and forth with myself a lot, but it's the idea that now that we're thinking about making the step, and then
Yeah,
ultimately,
you're overthinking. I can tell by the speed at which you're talking that you're overthinking, right? You're
yeah,
probably
I
your
guess I
brain
am.
moves very quickly. The thing is, if this was something that was a need of yours, as everybody in the chat is saying, you would not be with him for 5 years. So if this is something that would have made you unhappy, you would be unhappy with it by now. And if you're not unhappy with it by now, it means it's something that you're not going to be unhappy with. And this is just a way for you to avoid getting closer and taking the next step. That's all this is. 100%.
Okay.
If this was really a need, it would been a need. You don't just
Mhm.
magically have the problem now because you are in closer proximity.
Right. Also, I do want to mention that he does fulfill me in other ways. So I think that this maybe has taken a back seat up until now. So yeah, okay. Yeah, maybe I'm afraid of that commitment.
Yeah. Now, is he moving in with you? Or y'all getting a
No,
place?
we're looking at a whole new place too.
Okay.
He
All
wants
right.
for us to
That
get
was going to be a whole nother conversation. Well, okay, good.
yeah,
Y'all are
no,
getting...
no, 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 no.
Yeah, don't let him move in with you. But yeah, you're getting another place. That's fine. But yeah, this just seems like, you may have a fear of intimacy. You may have a fear of getting hurt, right? And this is just the next step, right? When I ask questions, I always want to know about the timing and the sequence of events. So when I see that a question or a problem is surfacing around the time of a transitionary period, I know that it probably isn't real. It's the transition that's amplifying this problem. So there must be something deeper going on. Because again, if this was really something that was a problem for you, then it would have been a problem. It wouldn't have just magically came up 5 years in. Okay?
Right, right. Okay, I'll do the work. Look
All right,
deeper.
love. Best of luck to you.
Yeah. Thank you. Bye-bye.
All right. Tamara or Tamara.
Tamara, sure.
How you doing?
Hi. Me.
How you doing?
Tamara, not tomorrow, sure. Tamara.
Tamara?
I'm Tamara from Indonesia, yeah.
Okay, nice. What can I do for you?
Yeah. Okay, sure. I just want to sharing something. Maybe a simple thing about my relationship with some foreigner from Denmark, because we are already talk with some many thing. Can I say big thing for together, and then blah 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 after. He's now go out to prepare for visa for come enter my country again, and then start from last December until now. He said
Tamara,
telling me I
Tamara,
wanna
Tamara,
back
Tamara, hold on.
by
Hold
January, but
Hold
sorry,
on.
my background little bit noisy. I think January, but until now,
Can't do it. Can't do it. I was trying to hold her up, but she couldn't hear me, so I had to end it, unfortunately. Tamara, no disrespect, love. No disrespect, love. I ain't heard the words you said after tomorrow. After tomorrow, it was just question marks. Had me looking for the subtitles out this bitch. I didn't know what was going on. Okay, let's keep it moving. Mimi. Mimi, you there? Because you're muted. Going once. Going twice. Jasmine, don't get blocked. Okay, Jasmine, how about you? It's your responsibility to translate since you want people to be patient. So next time we have someone coming up here and they can speak broken English, I want you to translate. All right? I'm giving you that responsibility. Okay, who we got next? Naisha. People being in the chat like you can't see what they're saying. I see what y'all saying, man. You're not invisible. Let's see if Nija connects. All right. Let's keep it going. Helen. I think Helen left as well. See if Mimi comes back. Mimi, what's going on?
Hi, how are you?
Great. How are you?
I'm fine.
What can I do for you?
I really have a couple of questions.
All right.
Well, I've been going through family issues as far as like my kids, my mom. So basically, I never even told nobody this out in person, just family members and such. My daughter, she got pregnant at a young age. She decided to keep the baby. I wanted to go through the process of, aborting the baby and stuff, and she didn't want to do it. And we had conflicts as far as that, and her disagreeing with me as far as her life going forward, and just trying to solve the problem that we had. So she can be able to finish school and stuff. So she ended up deciding to keep the baby. And it's just been a lot of problems with family and stuff because I had yet to see the baby. She moved with her boyfriend, his parents, from my understanding. I haven't seen her in 2 years now. I'm seeing the baby. The baby just turned 1. My mom, I have so much hurt as far as like the situation, how she went about everything. It's a lot that goes into play as far as her being pregnant. There was a lot of lying going on, her blaming people for stuff. It was a lot of lies behind the pregnancy. So I don't know how to be able to be open and forgive her and just let her in again, because she took me through a lot.
Okay. I gotta ask, does this have anything to do with dating and relationships?
This is a relationship. It's not dating.
No, we're talking about romantic relationships, love. Okay. So you might be in the wrong place. All right. All right. Have a good one. Honest, what's going on?
Good evening. How are you?
Great. How are you?
I'm doing well. I love the all black.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, looks really good. And the gold chain?
Uh-oh.
Anyway, so 2 questions. First is, can you help me identify the difference between boundaries and emotional, manipulation? Because...
Hold on. What happened? Did you take her down, Anna? Okay. All right. I'm sure she had her reasons. I'm sure she had her reasons. Oh boy. I'll find out what her reasons were a little later. For y'all who don't know, I give my mods full range to do what they need to do. So if they decide to take somebody down, then I gotta respect it, because I'm sure they have their reasons for it. TG, what's going on?
Hi, good evening.
Hi.
So I just have a quick question. So for somebody who has narcissistic personality, how do you deal with this kind of person day-to-day life?
Someone who's a narcissist, like a actual diagnosed narcissist?
I mean, they don't believe in it, they have it, but I was doing some research, and then the personality that I can see is just like that. So, but how do you deal, like, your day-to-day life? It's kind of challenging. And how do you deal like such a personality and relationship?
Okay. I mean, what are they doing that makes you think that they are a narcissist or at least narcissistic?
So, for instance, like, they are very controlling and manipulating, like, and then it makes you feel like, when I say things, I feel like, am I like on illusion or something, or like they denied what they say immediately, like they say something and then just deny it immediately, and then I feel like, am I the one wrong or somebody's wrong? I just question myself so many times.
Gotcha.
Such a moment, yeah. So, and that's why I start researching and reading about it, like what is this kind of personality. I deal with such a person, day-to-day life, because they make you crazy. You feel like, am I crazy or they are the one crazy? You're just questioning yourself. I do that all the time. I'm questioning, like, I didn't say this, or is it them denying, or what happened?
Gotcha.
It's a little bit tough. Yeah.
Okay. How long have you been with this person?
3 years.
Are you not able to leave?
Like, leave him, you mean? No, I mean, I am a Christian, and I'm with this person, with a church, stuff like that. So it's like kind of, for me, like, it's hard to leave this relationship, because of where I come from, and then what I believe. But
Are y'all married?
eventually it's kind of hurting me day-to-day life.
Are y'all married?
Yes, we are.
Okay. There's not really anything you can do, love, outside of leaving. To be honest,
Right.
this isn't a workable.
Yeah.
It's not a workable situation. Like, if he is a narcissist, that's a personality disorder. That's like a very serious issue. There's nothing you can do. There's no rules of engagement that will improve your day-to-day life with this person.
Okay, but based on what I told you, do you think it's more towards I don't know how to say it, sorry, to that personality disorder, right?
I can't
So
I can't diagnose people, but I can tell you that
No, based on what I said.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I can't do that for you, right? But just off of the little bit that you told me, like gaslighting, for example, just that one thing, somebody that you were married to who's gaslighting you. So not only are they lying, but they're trying to make you feel like you're crazy in the situation, right? Make you question yourself. That's not a person you can make anything work with. You can't make a relationship work with that, but there's nothing you can do. There's nothing you can do on your end. There's nothing you can say. There's no behavior you can employ that will improve the situation. So when you're in a situation like this, really the only thing you can do is either leave or suffer in silence. Emphasis on suffer, because it gets worse and worse.
I see what you mean. Okay. Thank you.
No problem, love. Best of luck to you.
Okay, thank you. Have a good evening.
You too. That's rough. Hopefully she leaves that situation. That's really rough. Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Great, how are you?
Doing awesome. Hey, I actually had a question. I recently met this guy who he has a lot of qualities that I appreciate in a man. Like, he's awake and conscious of his personality and what he wants in life. Like, we have a lot of deep conversations every time we meet. But the thing is, we only talk during the weekends and in person, never through text message.
Okay.
And we don't text at all Monday through Friday.
Okay.
And I appreciate that because I'm busy and I want him to be busy as well.
Okay.
But I guess my question to you was, when do you think I should look at this as a red flag? Or is it even a red flag?
Do you have phone calls during the week, or is it just no communication
no.
during the week?
It's like no communication. Maybe like I show him a song that I liked, and he like randomly maybe on Wednesday sent me a picture of the song and say like he was listening to it. But then when we meet in person, everything that I said during that conversation during the weekend, like if I talk about a book, he will talk about the book the next time we meet.
Huh.
So it's confusing, right?
Interesting.
It's like,
how long have y'all been dating?
so I don't even know if we should call it dating,
Uh-oh.
but we didn't met that long ago. But it's so new to me. I was like, is this a red flag? Like, is this something?
How long have y'all known each other, or been talking?
A month.
A month. Okay.
Yes.
And you've seen each other how many times?
3 weekends in a row.
3 weekends in a row.
This is a weekend type of thing.
Okay. Okay. And how old are you two?
I'm young. I'm 25, but he's 29. Yeah.
Have
right?
you brought this up to him?
No, I haven't. I haven't. Do you think I just feel like if I do it, then I'm kind of like giving in this like power dynamic type of situation. Maybe I'm too young and immature.
Even you having the awareness of saying maybe you're too young or immature tells me you're not immature. But I will tell you that a lot of people get stuck in like this, like you said, power dynamics. They get caught up in this ego game of like they don't want the other person to perceive them in a certain way or win. Right? Well, I don't want to give the person the satisfaction. You end up just sacrificing yourself in the situation. It's an unnecessary game to play. What I would do in this situation is just like, even float the idea of like, like try to call like on a weekday or something. It is a red flag though. I gotta be honest with you.
Right? Okay,
It's 100% a red flag. Like this is the behavior of someone who's like likely hiding something. What does he do? What does he do for a living? Do you know?
So he works. I honestly wouldn't be able to like exactly tell you what he does. He works in like making cabinets.
Making cabinets?
Yeah, that's the way that he explained it.
Okay.
I don't know. I think the way that I'm saying it, I'm making it look like a red flag, but the way that he explained it to me was like super normal. Like I'm the one who's making it right now like a little bit suspicious.
You mean his job or just the situation?
Yeah. No, his job. The situation to me is like weird. I've never experienced it before, but I don't know if I'm like, am I not busy enough? In my head, I'm like, am I not busy enough? And am I not concentrated enough on myself? Like,
No. How did you meet him?
Dating app. Yeah.
It's very fishy.
It's fishy.
It is a very fishy situation.
Okay.
I would 100% bring this up. If not, just go ahead and cut things off immediately. But yeah, this is territory like somebody in a whole nother relationship and they just avoid talking to you when that person is around. That's like the kind of vibe it gives me. That's the kind of vibe it gives me. But like that may not be the case. Maybe there is a reasonable explanation. I don't know, but you definitely should be bringing it up. Like the first step is like bring it up to see if what he says makes sense. If what he says does not make sense, doesn't seem plausible, it seems like he just created a narrative to give you. Yeah, get out of there.
Okay.
It needs to make perfect sense. Like, you need to have that reaction when he explains it to you. You should be like, oh yeah, right. If you don't have that reaction, bullshit, get out of there.
It was so weird. Even how we met, like we didn't talk at all, and he goes, maybe we talked like 2 or 3 words, and he was like, hey, I would love to meet you in person. And to me at that moment, I was like, oh my, like I love this because I don't create this like fake dopamine of like idealizing a person over a text message. Like
Sure.
I get to meet you like right away, and I thought that was such a green flag.
Yeah.
But now I'm like, from weekend to weekend, I don't know.
Yeah,
And
and
it's like he's married. Oh my god, no.
it's funny because it's like when I was in my early 20s, I had a friend tell me it was like a mentor. He was really good with women, right? And he told me to only text for logistics, right? So it was the first bit of game that I ever learned when I was young. And he told me, he was like, you want to kind of separate yourself from the pack. So you don't want to like, the working premise is the woman's likely entertaining multiple men. Most women are testing her, right? So if you want to stand out, just go left when everybody else goes right. He says an example of this is everyone else is blowing her phone up and testing her. you only text to make plans, and you engage her when you see her. The point of texting is just to make the plan when you see her on the date. Did that and worked pretty effectively. Now, mind you, this was over a decade ago. So that's why I was like, just bring it up to him and see what he says, because you don't know if like this is some like intentional move that he's trying to make. But even if that's the case, like this just seems fishy. Just seems fishy. So, yeah.
Okay, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
No problem, love. You take care.
You too. Have a good one.
Mm-hmm. But I didn't think y'all were going to resonate with the whole texting thing I just did. I think that method is patched, by the way. I don't think that works. That's not something I would advise my clients to do in 2026. You will just be forgotten about if you employ that strategy nowadays. That worked like, when I use it? Like 2010, 11? Yeah, like 2011. Yeah, that could work. 2020, you'll be forgotten about for sure. You can't do that now. Yeah, you would have assumed he ghosted. Is that you can't do that nowadays. That's the fishy thing about that, because she met him on a dating app. So someone on a dating app has the capacity to talk to people and text people because he's texting people on the dating app. So it's certainly not a I'm busy situation. It's crazy to me that people cheat with dating apps. Is that not crazy to y'all? Is it not crazy to cheat with a dating app? I can see social media, right? Social media, it's like there's plausible deniability. You know what I mean? You hop in somebody's DMs, the other person doesn't know about it. You know, it's kind of hidden. There's no like other people who are observing it, but to do it on a dating app is wild. You don't give a fuck if you're doing it on a dating app. But I've heard many stories, so obviously it's something people do. All right, let me see. Who's next? See, Cynthia. See if she comes up. Yeah, it's bold, man. Bold. Like, I get it if, like, you're using a dating app and you put yourself in a different city. Understand. That makes sense to me. But in your city you're in, crazy work. Teresa, what's going on?
Hi.
Hi.
So I'm like new to your life. Do people just ask you questions and you answer? Or?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm like, I just went through the craziest thing ever. Like, I just got ghosted by somebody, but I don't know if it's my fault.
Okay. Talk to me about it.
Say that again?
I said, talk to me about it.
Okay, so like, long story short, I met him like almost like 2 years ago. It's a long time.
Uh-huh.
I met him on Tinder and like he was kind of weird from the start, but I was like, I don't care. It's not that big of a deal. Like, he was so shy, like crazy shy. He's like, I think he was like 28 at the time. I literally hugged him and that was it. And he was like dancing and singing in front of me like, oh, she likes me. And I was like, what? Like, it's like, it's just a hug. Like, it was crazy. Like, I could tell that he was nervous. Like, he'd stand like a mile away from me when I first met him. Anyways, I'm like rambling, but it was weird. So like the whole time he's like, oh, I'm busy. Like, he owns 2 companies. So I feel like that's like reasonable. Like, I'm a hairstylist, so I'm like understanding like running a business is a lot of work. I'm like, what I do is a lot, so let alone like if I had employees and I understand. So he was like, no, we can't like be together because I'm too busy, like I don't have time for you and I don't want you to feel like neglected. So I'm like, okay, fair enough. But then he didn't want me to like date anyone else, so it's like, you want me to be single but like stick with you? That doesn't make sense. And then I don't know, like he just ghosted me like, I don't know, like 2 days ago. I'm like, what happened? I don't know.
Okay. What's the question that you have here?
I'm like, I don't know if I did something wrong, or if it's just like he's just like that was never gonna work out. I don't know.
Did you sleep with him?
No, I never did.
Interesting. How long did y'all date?
I've known him for like 2 years.
So you dated for 2 years?
I guess, cause like, well, okay, we never went on dates. We would just like hang out. So it's like weird. Like it doesn't make sense. Like we're like friends, but like we're not friends. Like,
And y'all never slept with each other over 2 years?
no, I never did.
And you weren't dating.
I don't know. That's why it's like weird. It doesn't make sense because it's
It was your
like,
friend.
Yeah.
but you don't want me to date anyone else. Like that doesn't make sense.
That's very weird. Yeah, I'm not sure, love. You sound like you found a weirdo. We call that a weirdo.
Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense.
It makes no sense.
First mistake was using Tinder. Got to put that out there, right?
Yeah, I don't use it no more.
Tinder is crazy. Perfect place to find weirdos, by the way. So yeah, I would just move on, right? I mean, whatever reason he probably has is likely nonsensical. You like even this whole story. It's not like you're describing a rational person, right? So if the person themselves are not rational, then you can't possibly predict their decisions or why they do things. They probably have an irrational reason, right? So I would just move on and ask yourself why you even dealt with somebody for 2 years, persisting in this weird dynamic, right?
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I like didn't want a boyfriend, so I was like, I don't care. I'll just like see how on my time. But he was kind of irrational. Like he would accuse me of like cheating on him. I'm like, we're not even. I'm gonna cheat and I'm single. Like that doesn't make sense.
Yeah. But you got to reflect, love, because that's a weird thing to be. It's weird on both ends, to be honest with you. There was a weird situation to stay in for 2 years, especially if y'all weren't like, there was no romantic notion or connection there at all. You just kind of existed in the same space. Yeah, off, very off. But anyway, best of luck. I got a line, so I got to move on, love, but you take care.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. They definitely slept together, right? Like, come on, who are you talking to? Come on, love. Come on. Come on. What are we talking about? 2 years? Fuck out of here. Royal Princess, how we feeling?
So this happened Thursday. I was dropping my car off at the dealership, and so was a gentleman, or I should just say a guy who wasn't a gentleman, as I know now.
Mm-hmm.
I saw him the next day when we were both picking up our vehicles, and we had looked at each other. He was attractive. We were attracted to each other. He gave me his number. I gave him my number. We were just texting through the day and then spoke on the phone at night. Well, of course, you have their name. Everything's right there. He said that he actually was in Texas on a job, on a 4-year job that's going on in the oil field.
Mm-hmm. And
so, of course, I looked him up. The weather's really bad. We're not used to getting snow here, and it's been snowing since Friday night. So he said, hey, no big deal. He has a 4-wheel drive. We'll go out. He asked me to go out on Saturday. So Friday night, when we got done talking, I, of course, looked up his Facebook, looked at his pictures, and there were pictures of him and a woman. And I'm not talking long ago. We're saying, December 26th, all the way up until I think it was January 19th. So recent. So clearly he had a girlfriend. And that's just not okay with me. I don't know if what I did was okay, so that's why I want an opinion of everybody else. But I've decided to really make boundaries this year. I'm tired of men doing, I shouldn't say men and women both do it, but I'm not going to put up with it, and I'm drawing boundaries. Mm-hmm. So I screenshotted everything that we had talked about, oh, you have such a nice ass, this and that. I sent it to him in his messenger on Facebook. And then I looked to see who the only person was that hearted, the pictures, and it was this lady. I'm going to say not very attractive. I actually felt horrible. And I would never do that to somebody, and it's not okay. I wouldn't want my man doing it. I wouldn't do it to a man. And I sent her, so I went to send him the last one, and he blocked me on Facebook. You know, it said message did not go through, so I sent them all to her. So I don't know if that was right or wrong, but I feel that everybody has, you know, you're out here playing that game. You're from another state. And it's not fair to her. It's not fair to me. And so I just spoke the truth. But I don't know if it was my place to do that and inform that person of that situation. So I was wondering what everybody else's opinion was.
I mean, only you know the answer to that question, love. This is one of the situations where it's like, what was your heart posture, right? Were you really trying to look out for another woman, woman in arms, or were you just trying to get revenge for the situation, right?
No, because I didn't have any type of, there was no type of feelings. We had just met. We were going to go on a date Saturday. So it was just the point of, I mean, I just went out with some, on Christmas. I had a great date. He was, to me, Mr. Perfect. I was in here and I told you that he had 24 beers. And I remember you saying, oh, no, you know, you have a 2-drink limit, etc. and so on. So I'm just really drawing limits. I'm having boundaries. And yeah, I would want to know if my man was out of state and that is what was going on.
I hear
100%.
Couple of things here.
And I feel that these men or women, I'm not going to say either side because everybody does it, there needs to be boundaries and they need to be held accountable on what they're doing.
I hear you. I don't buy it, though. The reason why I don't buy it is, one, because you're asking me this question. So that tells me there's a bit of guilt there. If you really were moving with noble intentions, you wouldn't even feel the need to ask somebody. If I do something and it was the right thing to do, the last thing that crosses my consciousness is asking somebody, like, was that the right thing to do? You only ask that question when you know there was, like, negative intent behind it.
Well,
Second
I feel
thing.
like for her, after looking at her, I felt bad that she would be finding this out.
Yeah.
But I felt bad in that case. But also as a woman or a man, I would want to know if that was happening to us.
Two things could be true at once. But you're right? Two things could be true at once. It could be like, okay, yeah, you probably would want to know, but then also this was an emotional decision that you made. You were probably angry when you made this decision. This wasn't like, you didn't do this calm. You weren't like, woosah, I'm just going to send this. No, you were, okay, motherfucker, I'm gonna, that was the energy behind it. So that's how you know it was like a revenge thing. You wanted to inflict pain.
No, because I sent it to him, letting him know, giving him a chance to explain, and then he chose to block me.
There was no need to explain. You already knew what the situation was. You knew what the situation was. You saw the Facebook.
Well, I wanted him to know, hey, we're not going out Saturday. You know, I found out I'm not doing that.
Listen, I'm not judging you here, by the way. You're human.
Oh, no, I know.
Yeah, you're human. Far be it for me to judge you, but I am going to clarify the situation. And this is what I see in the situation, is that you did this out of an emotional reaction to the situation because you were wronged and you wanted to inflict pain on the person who inflicted pain upon you, right? Very human thing to do. But same time, like, that's the situation. And you want to be honest with yourself about these things because that's just it's healthy to know your motivations, right? If not, you'll throw this in what is called the shadow, and your shadow will become darker and denser, and then you'll be driven by motivations that are just in your unconscious. You don't want to live life unconsciously. You want to live life consciously. You want to know why you're doing what you're doing, right?
Right.
Then you can start making better decisions, okay? So that's the reason why I'm bringing this to your awareness. But it's not coming from a place of judgment. I'm sure most people probably would have done the same thing. But just don't delude yourself into thinking that, like, you were doing it for noble reasons, because you absolutely were not. Okay?
Do you think that is something, you know, if it happens in the future, it's just for them to find out if they cheated or what have you? And I would have felt even worse had I gone out on the date and then found out after, just on my part.
Yeah, I
So next
just
time, it's not really my place then to tell them. They can find out on their own.
exactly because you also don't know what kind of dynamics they're working with, right? You don't know what's going on in their situation. So I would just be like, oh, okay, you're with somebody. I would block him and then move on with your life.
Right. Oh yeah, definitely.
Okay.
So next time, yeah, that's what I want to know. Next time they can just
Hopefully there won't be a next time, but if there is, you know how to play it. All right.
exactly. Yes.
All right, love.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Best of luck to you. Okay.
Okay, thank you. Bye bye.
Bye. All right, Marcy, what's going on?
Hi, I've never actually done this before, so this is interesting. I'll give you a little bit of background story before I ask my question. So, I met this gentleman about, I would say, a month and a half ago, and up to now we've had about 3 dates. Just because Christmas and getting sick and just scheduling was kind of a little bit crazy. Initially, like a lot of really great conversations, but after our third date, which went amazingly well, I kind of felt that he started to pull away a bit. Now, mind you, it wasn't just one little thing, because I don't freak out about one little thing. It was over a week period. I noticed small little things kind of, pulling away, but he was still reaching out every day, still being consistent, but it just felt off. And so out of respect for myself, I just sent him a message saying like, look, I've been feeling a little bit off today. I date with intention and just want to ensure that I'm putting my energy into something that makes sense. And just wanted to know, if what your thoughts were in terms of where we are in our connection. And, he was responsive and stated that, he definitely still was interested, but was concerned about our schedules and about, not wanting to feel like I was squeezed in, that sort of thing, because he, his friends were booking up his free time. That being said, he has his daughter every other weekend, so really it's every other weekend that he has free, and my work schedule during the week can be quite difficult. So I guess he had some concerns. And so I said, I'm not really sure if this is based on, I don't think we really talked about expectations or what it is that we're looking for, what I'm looking for, or what my expectations are. So I don't know if it's worth a conversation, but I understand that if you don't have the capacity to have it right now, that's fine. And he was responsive and he said, no, let's have a conversation. I'm at the gym right now. I can't talk, but let's talk tomorrow. And I said, perfectly fine. So we had a conversation. It went really well. We both set our part. We both figured out logistics. He stated that he didn't want to walk away, that he would regret it if he did, and that, I told him exactly what I needed in order to stay in the connection, and he's been doing it since we had that conversation. So that part is good. But in that conversation, who I thought was possibly a childhood friend, that he's like, oh, this person, which is a female, oh, she's reaching out to me, right? Oh, she knows I'm on a date tonight. She wanted to go out with me tonight, but I said no, I had a date. And I was like, okay, we all have friends. I'm not worried about it. Oh, it's, so-and-so's, 40th birthday this weekend. I'm driving down with that particular person. It's an hour away. Again, not worried about it. You have friends. I don't care, right? But in that conversation, I ended up learning that this girl he met through a dating app, but as friends. And they have been friends for about maybe 8 months now. And they hang out, they have, other friends that they all hang out with. And I was like, oh, okay, so it's not a long-term friend. And it's kind of weird that you met on a dating app and you guys still hang out, right? And so my question is, can male and female truly be friends, right? Now, this dating app in particular does have matches for couples, and it also has friends, right? But I've gotten guys reach out to me saying, through the friend portion of it, and saying, oh yeah, sometimes it's just easier to connect with girls, kind of starting off in this friend kind of window. But at the same time, I want to give him space to have his life and has friends and be able to go out when, but I just find it a bit odd. So that's kind of my question. Is that something that I should be concerned about? Is that something that I bring up to him? Maybe, not now, considering we just had, one of those more intense conversation the last few weeks, but it has been the only thing that's kind of been pressing on my mind.
And how did you meet him?
On a dating app.
Okay. And what app is he using to meet opposite sex friends?
A Facebook. So the Facebook app, you can meet as, like a match for dating, and you can also match for friends.
Gotcha. Okay. And you've been dating him for a month?
Yeah, about 6 weeks.
Okay. So within the 6 weeks time, he went ghost for like a week?
Not ghost. He was still messaging me every day, but the vibe was off, and I felt it.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, but he was still consistently saying good morning, making the odd phone call, but like really late at night. So he was still around because I think he didn't want to lose the connection. But I think I know now, not that I know that he was thinking about the logistics of how, if we were to move forward, how we could make it work with our schedules, and him not wanting to lose his ability to still go out with his friends, because his last girlfriend wanted every weekend with him, and then every other weekend he had his daughter, so he ended up completely losing all of his friends' connection. And I told him, I said, look, like, I want you to go out with your friends. I want you to have your friends. We both need to have full lives. That's not what I'm concerned about. I just don't want to be someone that's just squeezed in, right? If there's communication, there's dates being planned, I know when I'm going to see you next, and there's communication between the dates. If there's time that you want to go see your friends on a Saturday, okay, I'll see you Friday, or I'll see you Sunday. Like, that doesn't concern me.
Mm-hmm.
And he was quite receptive, and he was happy with that response. Like, I'm not your ex. I don't need to have you around, attached to my hip. I have a full life as well, right?
Gotcha. Okay. So why?
That's not the concern. It's the concern of, you're friends with a girl you met on a dating app as friends, and you guys do hang out, supposedly as a group. But still,
not
it's that one thing that is just
hold on 1 second. So they don't hang out one-on-one?
Not that I'm aware of. Every time he's told me that they have hung out, it is with other people. But again, it's been 6 weeks.
Okay.
That's all I really know.
Okay. And do you know how long his longest relationship was?
So he was married. He was married for about 8 years.
Okay.
And then after his divorce, he was with someone for a year and a half.
You know how soon he got with the person that was the year and a half?
They ended last spring.
Okay. How long ago did he get divorced?
I believe he said it was because he's only been divorced for about 3 years, so probably within a year.
Okay. So the divorce and the new relationship were about a year apart?
I think so, because
Okay.
he's been divorced for 3 years, and he was with his ex for a year and a half, and he's been single since last spring, so roughly a year, maybe a little bit less than a year.
Seems like he can't be alone. It's a vibe I'm getting.
Possibly.
And then maybe even the female friend is serving that function, almost. Right? Like, you're single, you haven't found a girlfriend yet. Let me just get a friend, right? Seems like he can't be alone.
I think so, because in his relationship, he said he kind of lost connection with a lot of his friends. And then when he became single, he was having fun, unexpectedly met this girl who he dated for a year and a half. She was very, I would say, codependent on him and just needed him around, whenever he had a free moment. And so when that relationship ended, he started, enjoying time with his friends again, and he doesn't want to necessarily go back to, not having any friend time. Now, mind you, she's not his only friend, right?
Yeah.
Like, he's got some guy friends and, other friends, but, why keep this girl around that you met on a dating app? And he told me, he's like, oh, she's dating this guy. Like, he's even asked me, she's dating this guy, and he did this. Like, what do you think? And I'm like, yeah, he's not really interested. He's just kind of dragging her along. So supposedly she's dating as well, and they're talking about it. And when we went on our first date, he was like, oh, my friend, so-and-so was reaching out. we were supposed to all go out tonight dancing, and I said, no, I have a date, and now they're jealous because I'm out dancing with you. And they didn't go out, which I thought was kind of weird, because it's like, well, if there was a group of them, like, why would they just be waiting for him?
Yeah, is she attractive?
No idea.
Oh, you've never seen her?
Nope.
This is at best a yellow flag. Because there's so much.
He has said that talking to exes is a no for him, and he wouldn't do it either.
Yeah.
Because anyone that you've been intimate with, you shouldn't still have in your life.
Yeah.
And try to be in a new relationship. He's also said that he's never cheated, even when he was in a loveless, sexless marriage. He never cheated.
Yeah.
But words are words, right? I don't know him deep enough to know if I can believe those words.
If he's lying, he's really good.
Mm-hmm.
If he's lying, he's really good. He's either being authentic.
He is very, like I said, since our conversation, he's been fabulous.
Yeah, I was about to say, he's either being really authentic and he's just psychologically somewhat healthy, or he's really good at lying.
Yeah.
Because that would be, this would be a scare. It's either going to go really good or really bad. There's no in between here, because it's like, if he is lying, that means he has the wherewithal to understand that he has to cut off any suspicions that you have with this woman.
So annoying.
Right? He has to cut off any suspicions that you have with this woman by letting you know that he's not okay with you connecting intimately with or being connected with anyone that you've been intimate with in the past, which he knows implies that he's not been intimate with her. Right?
Yeah.
That's a high IQ move. So either that's the situation, or he's just being really authentic, and this is actually a good connection. This can be a good guy to be with. So this is a situation where time is going to tell. I
feel like during that conversation, he was very authentic. He was very open with how he was feeling and some of the concerns that he had, but he showed up to the conversation. Since the conversation, like I said, he's done everything that I said that I needed. And, even today he was like, he made a plan for us to get together on Tuesday, because he's like, I would like to see you. And he's like, and you're going to definitely see me more often. Right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, maybe if there was a connection between the two of them, he's going to cut that off, but he's not going to tell me.
This is time.
I don't know.
Just time with this one. Time is going to reveal, right? Time will reveal all. Like I said, it's going to go really good or really bad. It's one of those two.
So how do I tell if he's the psycho part?
I mean, people can only pretend forever, right? I mean, they can't pretend for so long. So like, eventually the mask has to drop. Eventually they'll reveal something that they don't intend. No matter how smart they are, no matter how manipulative they are, they're going to reveal eventually, right? So yeah, I mean, I can see someone who is psychologically healthy like that being someone who also was like, why can't I be friends with women? Like, I should be able to also be friends. I know how to set proper boundaries with the women in my life. Like I could see a guy like that. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. Doing that, right? So, yeah, it's just cautiously optimistic is how I would approach this.
Okay.
Be cautiously optimistic. You'll know within 3 months. You're a month in, a little over a month in. You'll know within 3 months. You'll have your clarity, right? Don't just leave, though. I know people in the chair are like, run, but these people are like...
No.
They run for everything.
I do feel like there's a genuine connection.
The stuff I've seen in the chat, they'll be like, oh, he cooked... You asked for a medium steak, he cooked it well done. That's how his wife liked it. He's cheating. He's married. Get out of there. Yeah, no. They'll just tell you to run on every little situation.
I trust my own intuition.
Yeah.
And I know that in that conversation, I feel like he was being very authentic, and he's been showing up since then. So it's either, maybe he was like, friends with benefits, but maybe they've never dated, right? Because they're both dating other people and open to it, but they have that friends with benefits situation.
Yeah.
Which again, if that is the case, then that would obviously need to end, and she would, need to go away, because at the end of the day, I'm not going to be in a situation like that, right? And I know some people were kind of saying like, where you have all your eggs in one basket. And it's like, no, in the beginning, I was still going on dates, and if he was going on dates, like, sure, at the end of the day, I want someone to choose me, but choose it with information, right? Like, I'm not going to sit there and and say, no, you can't date anyone because you went on one date like that, and I went on dates and there was no one else I was interested in, right? And I feel like we have a really great connection. I think he feels the same, but also I know how, guys are really good with words and they can say one thing and, like you said, like kind of
they're normally not this good
things,
though.
knowing that then, she's not going to worry about this girl because I said all the right things.
Yeah, they're normally not. They're normally not this good though. I'll tell you that.
Well,
I get these calls. I get these calls all the time. Women be like, "Oh, they're master manipulators." Then you hear what they said. It's like this guy's he's half an idiot. You just liked him. Like, he's not a master manipulator. His ability to lie was not very developed. But yeah, just time will tell. Just stick it out. You'll probably eventually cross paths with her. See if she has any weird energy for you. Right? Read that dynamic a little bit. She may be a little weird around you.
I did ask him. I said, did your ex ever meet any of your friends? And he was like, oh, yeah. And I said, okay, because, even though now it may be hard for us to get together, I said, eventually, if things do progress, you start to integrate your lives together. And, that time becomes easier because now, our time with our friends can somewhat be kind of meshed together. And he was like, oh, yeah, definitely. So if it does continue, I'm going to assume I'm going to meet this girl at some point.
Yeah, you will. You will. Like I said, you'll know within 3 months. Okay? But definitely keep me posted. I want you to come back. So whether it goes in a good direction or bad direction, please come back, all right?
I will. Thank you so much.
You take care. I can't wait to get that update. Crazy Rod, what's going on?
Oh man, I fucked up for first time in my fucking life, man.
Uh-oh.
Excuse my language.
Talk to
There's
me.
no other way of putting this shit.
Talk to me. What's going on?
Man, I hurt someone I love, man. I regret every single fucking moment of it.
Yeah, what'd you do? You cheat?
But, yeah.
Yeah.
For the first fucking time.
Yeah. How old are you?
28.
Gotcha. Okay. What question do you have for the situation?
Okay, question being, even when I go to work, even before that happened, it was problems with it, man. It was just like, I can't stay cooped up in one area knowing that I have fought drug addiction 10 years ago and I beat it for 10 years.
Okay.
And she's actually pushing me to the edge where the crave is coming.
Okay.
And I want to make me and her better with each other right now. We're trying to talk things out, but she just flip-flops and all kinds of shit. But she kept on talking about all these other guys, dude. Like, I'm talking about cowboys or real men. I was like, I got a bicycle and I work at a tire shop. She brings up her ex-husband.
Okay.
Says that her kids want him and her back together. Then stops talking to me for a while. And I thought, well, she's done with me, so I don't know one way to get past this shit, dude. Fucking be stupid.
Wait, so she told you she was back with her ex-husband and then you slept with somebody?
She said she would go back to him, and I was like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. After all this motherfucker did to you?
Hold on, just answer my specific question. So, she said she was going back to her ex-husband, then you cheated?
Yes.
Okay. I mean, I don't know. Was that like a breakup when she told you that? Did y'all break up when she said that?
Well, man.
Just a yes or no? Just like really specific.
Hold on, look. She is a rich woman, a rich girl. And I'm not saying anything wrong with rich people. But she seemed like just because she has something and the money I'm making per week to survive through the week because I got nothing.
Brother, listen, I need you to really specifically answer my question. You're not answering my question right now. You're going off on tangents. So, did y'all break up when she told you that?
Yes.
Okay. Well, then you didn't cheat,
but
right?
I didn't want to leave. But she left.
Are you high?
Okay.
Are you high now? Are you high right now?
No, I'm not.
Okay, you're sober. It's a sober you I'm
Yeah,
talking
I'm
to.
sober.
Okay.
I'm sober.
So you broke up when y'all had that conversation, and then you slept with somebody.
Yeah.
Okay, well then you didn't cheat then, because y'all broke up. So then what's the problem?
Well, to find out, she was just saying that just to say that she told me, and I fell for it. Like manipulation 101.
How did you cheat so fast?
I don't see how.
You don't see how? How did you cheat so quickly? This sounds like a one-day situation. So how did you cheat that quickly?
I mean, it just, I'm not high. I have what's called a TBI.
Okay.
I was beating the head where.
Gotcha. I feel like I'm being beaten in the head right now, brother. I gotta be honest with you. Jesus Christ. Whoa. Sometimes people call in and they're like talking to the experience of them. It's like, how are you in a relationship? I need to know who you're in a relationship with, because who talks? Who does this every day with you? Jesus Christ. I couldn't do it. All right. Who we got next? Eddie, what's going on?
Hi. So, I've been seeing a few times your platform, and I like it because I've seen that you're giving actually good relationship advice.
Uh-huh.
So I wanted to ask you this. So, as a woman, I know that one thing I've learned so far with the experiences in life that if there's anything, it's better not to give money to, a man that you're dating. However, I just want to ask you the situation here. So what if the person, got in trouble years ago, some 10 years ago, and, the person already did their time, learned from their mistakes and stuff like that. You see the person out here really working hard, trying to get themselves together, have a business, open a business and everything else.
Mm-hmm.
But prior to that, for the past, few years, he's out, was working hard and all that. Open a business, but still struggle because, business, to start a business, it takes time, patience, and all that works, right? So in this case, if the person is struggling and if you're with the person, are you, as the woman, should you also help, financially? Like not 100%, not even 50, but should it be any part of helping at all? Or you think that should just fall on that person? So if he's struggling and he need help, should the woman still help, or just, it shouldn't be considered at all?
Okay, how long have y'all been dating?
Over a year.
Y'all in a relationship?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, how long have y'all been in a relationship?
Oh, it's over a year.
Over a year? Okay. And you said he made mistakes in the past. What mistakes?
So, in the past, that's before I've met him, he was in the wrong, direction, basically.
Mm-hmm.
So, the way, because, there's a faster way to make money. So I guess he's just thinking about how to make money fast that time. And he was so young. That was like in his 20s.
Mm-hmm.
But then he got in trouble and been, in jail for a long time and came out as an adult, grown person.
What did he do?
Now when he came out.
No, what did he do to get locked up?
Oh, what did he do?
Mm-hmm.
I think it was different things. Part of it selling, rugs. I guess because I can't say the other word here on TikTok, isn't it?
Okay, so he was selling drugs and something else?
Rugs, yeah. Just that. Pretty much, that's what I mean.
Okay.
Yeah.
And he was locked up until adulthood. And what business does he have?
When right now?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he just started an online business, and and also he does cooking and stuff.
What is the online business?
The online business is more like clothing and stuff, and he's also a chef.
Okay, so he's selling clothes? Like t-shirts?
Yeah.
Is it like t-shirts
Yeah,
or?
like t-shirts and stuff, but mostly he works on he's a chef, So he's mostly his time is put onto, you know, cooking and stuff like that and selling food. And
Okay.
he's gonna open a restaurant. Yeah. But he just started on that.
He's gonna open a restaurant.
That's the long term goal. But for now, he started already his business. He already have, he's starting having customers, but he's not there yet. But he's working really hard. Like that part, I've seen it.
Okay.
Because I'm this type of woman. Before I met him, I never helped a man in my life.
Okay.
I don't want to be part of that because I'm not dumb. But
Okay.
again, in these circumstances and situations, you look at someone working really hard, their butt off like 7 days a week nonstop, right?
Okay.
And literally learn from his lesson. And prior to I met him, 4 years after he got out, he was really working hard too. So
Gotcha.
I don't know.
What kind of restaurants are you gonna open?
Food.
I know what kind. Like what kind? Like soul
Oh,
food.
yeah, like soul food, correct.
Okay. What does he need your help with financially, specifically?
My question is like, because right now still he just basically started, and would it be wrong if I'm helping, a little bit here and there financially? That's what I want to know. Because for me personally, I don't like I said again, I'm not that type of woman that go and help men financial. I feel like, that's something a man should have that load and just to be, to figure things out as well, right? But in this situation, in these circumstances, I just want to make sure if I should be part of helping until he gets to his feet 100%.
What does he need your help with specifically?
Because sometimes he could be short money, wise buying food to cook, and go serve it, paying for his own place, doing all this other extra stuff that's, bills, basically.
Gotcha. Has he asked you for money?
I mean, and that's the crazy part that I seen that he's struggling and he doesn't really ask me, but I always tell him, hey, if you really need help, I can be there for you. And that's how I know he's not using me, because if he was, because sometimes I can see he's really struggling, but he never want to ask, or even if I offer, he'll be like, nah, I'll figure it out. So that's what the confusion also to me, because I'm like, okay, well, I don't think so he's really wanted to use me, because if he wanted to do that, he would just get the money.
Gotcha. Okay, yeah. I think you have pretty good discernment in this situation in terms of I know everyone in the chat would disagree, but you got to take them with a grain of salt too, because you never know what people are really doing in their personal lives. But the situation, you're in a relationship with this person, right? This isn't just somebody you're dating. So if you want to help somebody out you're in a relationship with, there's nothing wrong with that. That's not what I have a problem with here. It's not whether or not you should help him out financially. I asked you specifically, did he ask you for help? Because I wanted to see if he was the one proactively asking you. And he's not. He's not asking you, right? So that means, per your own explanation, he's not trying to extract resources from you. He might even turn down your help if you try to give it to him. It's also a problem. He may have too much pride to even accept financial help from you, right? That's good. That's not, the whole pride part may be bad, but the fact that he's not looking at you as oh, she can help me financially, right? He's not just defaulting to that is a good thing, right? So he's not asking. The guys who are using women in this situation, they're asking. They're asking for financial assistance, or they're doing it in a manipulative way where they're complaining around you so that you get the hint that they need something, right? He's not doing that, is he? Is he complaining?
No, yeah, because I'm not,
Okay.
I'm not stupid. So if he does that, I'll figure it out, and I know,
Okay.
you know what I mean?
So we're in good territory, right? We're in good territory. Only problem I have, don't know if he has business sense. That's my issue. It's not whether does this person seem to have the character to where you can give them money and it actually work for the dynamic. My concern is, does he have business sense? I
know he have a business work ethic, because I've seen how hard he works.
I don't mean
and when you say business sense, are you talking about what do you mean by business sense?
Will he likely be successful in business? Hard working in business, that doesn't mean anything really. It's
Oh, what do you
business.
mean by that?
Business is an aggregate of multiple skills. It's not just effort. It's also, do you have the wisdom to know what to work on, where to apply that effort? Can you manage resources well, right? It's an aggregation of many micro skills that come together to form the skill of business, right? That's where I'm stuck. You're describing a hustler to me, not a businessman. Typical of people who went to prison, right? Hustler mentality, not businessman. The evidence I have of that is like he's selling T-shirts. That's a hustle. That's not a business. There's ways you can do business and sell T-shirts, but that's what you described as hustling. So he has T-shirts that he sells, and he's doing the chef thing. A businessman would not be trying to juggle both of those things simultaneously. He would get one of those things off the ground, make that successful, and then feed it into the other thing and make that successful, right? Your man is scrounging for resources, so he's just trying any and everything. That'll burn him out. So the reason why this would probably be unwise is because you're probably just going to burn that money. Probably won't be successful. He has to get more business sense, right? And I know that's difficult, so I have empathy for the situation. If you went to prison, right? No, I'm not judging. That people come from different, walks of life, right? So I understand people make mistakes, and I also know, if you're a felon, like, it's hard for you to get a job somewhere. So you kind of got to be a hustler. It's kind of a trap, right? But if he doesn't have business sense, throwing money at the problem would not solve the problem. It's going to burn it. He's going to need more.
Sense. It makes a lot of sense. So, because I noticed also, he makes, especially with being, like the chef, he makes good money. But most of the time, still he's out of the money, because I keep saying, hey, you save every time you make, because business, sometimes you make good money and some days you don't make that much, right? So I told him to save money, but he can't save because he wanted all of this stuff that, for the business. And I'm like, okay, because he's starting, probably he's gonna need those things. But I don't know at this point. I'm not sure if, if that's the case, or and also my last question is, do you think will that really relationship work for the long term?
It's a challenge.
Since you're saying now about the business sense, which it makes a lot of sense to me what you're saying.
If you want to
help, if he have a hustler mind, does that mean? Do you think that something will work?
If you really want to help and you're like committed, your best play is to try to help within the business. Because that's one thing new business owners are really bad at. They're really bad at delegating tasks. They try to do everything themselves. They burn themselves out. So if you really want to help, try to help them grow the business. Because that's really going to be the thing that, like, that's the single point of failure in this situation. So see if there's any holes you can plug in the business. And then you won't need to pour your money into it, because your effort and your discernment, which you clearly have, right, can probably help them with the business and actually grow the business. There could be something that feeds both of you. No pun intended, right? So that would be where I would apply my energy. Not just throwing money at the problem. Try to find a way to help him with the business if you can. That will increase the likelihood the business actually becomes successful. It's tough, though, because the food business is one of the hardest businesses to make successful.
Right.
It's one of the hardest ones. Right? Most restaurants fail. Like, the numbers are astounding. So, but that's where I would apply your effort, right? That's where I would apply your energy, is try to like partner in it with them that can actually like improve the quality of your relationship, because you're building something together, right? And then see.
So do you think, okay, so what about if you said to help that in that part, how some men, you start with them and you help from the, you're there, and then later on, everything goes smoothly and the business, flourish and everything, and then there's problems, or, sometimes they just leave you, and I'm not saying this is what's going to happen exactly, but I'm just saying I've seen those situations really around me, where you help a man and you build him up and all that stuff, but then later on he just vanishes when he makes money. So, I mean, what do you think about that?
It's a real risk. It's a real risk. It's like you can never remove risk from relationships. People can change at the drop of a dime. Happens all the time. Men switch up on women, women switch up on men. This happens.
Okay, yeah, just because I'm just careful with that because you know I mean I understand what you're saying. You know it's better to put the money into business where something that's gonna really work, and I like that. You know, and yeah, you know it brought something important because I always question that business mind like from the hustler, you know, and how to how to really work on what's really important, making money. So now I see what you're saying. You know, like maybe opening a restaurant that will be something good. So salad, right? So it's not like juggling and being a hustler. Now you're a business person, like you have something to work on. But yeah, so okay, well, I guess you know, I really like your advice. Definitely, it makes a lot of sense to me.
Thank you.
But the risk is, it's you know something also that I just need to think and consider. You know, like you said, it's risky and it's something I have to decide if I wanted to do that, and if it happened, or you know. But I mean, I always work on myself. Like I have my own thing, you know, just in case, right? Because you always have to have a backup, whether you're a man or a woman. I feel like you just have to have something going on for you as well. Because if anything goes wrong, you still have something, you know. And I've always been the go-getter, and I work on myself at work and all that stuff. So
There you go.
I'm not worried about that part. But I just don't want to waste time and resources, and then something goes wrong, and then now I'm from, you know, I start all over again from square zero.
That's smart. You're preparing yourself. Good.
Yeah.
All right. But keep me posted on how it goes, all right?
Huh?
I said keep me posted on how it goes, okay?
Yeah. So last question with what we said, do you think a hustler mind, a person that's a hustler that thinks like being, you know, like that's how
Eva, take you down. Sorry. The mods have spoken. Cece, what's happening, love?
Hello. I'm not here. Well, I am here for a commercial break, but I actually have a question. Coach, I want to stop giving wifey energy.
What you mean?
I don't want to. Hold on, let me clear the comments because I don't want to see Danny's comment. I don't want to see what nobody got to say to me. I'm tired of giving wifey energy.
What's the problem?
So, okay. So this weekend, I told you, like, I'm at his place because I had the kids this weekend, right? He, well,
Keep going. Just keep going.
So he had a family thing come up, and the person that he originally had for his kid, they had something come up. So I was like, hey, I'll watch your child. Like, it's fine. It's cool. Like, you know,
Yeah.
boys get along, everything.
Yeah.
So as things kind of like started happening, like all this stuff, I'm like, it's fine. I got it. Like, I'll handle this. I'll do that, you know, whatever. And overall, I mean, like, it's really funny how, like, kids' innocence shows up. So, like, there are times, like, he's on the phone with his family, like, trying to get his son to talk. And then my son will be, like, you know, saying hi, or they'll be, like, you know, oh, look at the grandsons are so cute, blah, 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 blah. Like, yeah, that's fine. But today I got this really sweet message. But again, last time you asked me, like, my love language, it's not words of affirmation. So, like, getting it was like, okay. Like, I know I did something nice. I mean, that's who I am, you know. But I didn't feel anything about it because it's not my, you know, it's not my thing. But I know the energy that I'm giving is, like, that's what people do in relationships. Like, they show up. If that makes sense. Like, I know the energy that I'm pouring in is, like, that of, like, oh, this person really cares about me. This woman, like, you know?
So what's the problem?
My needs are not necessarily being met. Like, again, we haven't had anything planned. There's no, like, I'm gonna take you here or do this in, like, this planned, initiated, completed. Like, I'm doing it on my end because, you know, something happens, I'm a problem solver. I'm like, you know, he didn't have to ask, I volunteered. You know, I am, and I know, like, if for everything that I do, it's like, that would be under the category of, like, wifey energy. Like, you know, like, this is someone that you, like, that's what you do when you're building a life with somebody. You guys
So
help each other out.
if he's not taking initiative, how are y'all seeing each other?
Well, the last time, remember, you told me not to afterwards, but then this thing came up, so then here we are. So I haven't had enough time for me to, like, not to, like, step back and be like, okay, let me not, you know.
How did this recent situation even happen? Who initiated that?
He was talking about, like, you know, the family getting together. This would probably be the last time he'll be able to go and see them because he'll be deployed, and so we won't really have time. And so he called me, we were having a conversation, and then he had to get off the phone. He called me back and he was like, oh man, my plans fell through. And this is already after he bought his plane ticket, he did everything, so I knew that. So when he told me his childcare fell through because he's out here with nobody, I was like, I'll watch your son. It's no problem. It's not a big deal.
So y'all, this situation where y'all saw each other was already planned before me and you talked last?
No. The last time you and I talked, that was last week, right before Sunday. And I was like, well, I already had planned to go out there to see him.
Okay. I'm just trying to establish that. I'm just trying to establish that you haven't been covering the gap and taking initiative. That's what I'm trying to get clear.
No. Yeah, because it was that was this past week.
Gotcha.
And so
Okay.
This weekend happened, so there wasn't. This is week by week.
Gotcha.
This has not been like a 2-week gap.
Yeah, it's just gonna be a patient thing. Same thing I told you last time still plays. It's just enough time hasn't passed to where he can feel the absence of you not planning things for the two of you. Because he'll pick up on it, right? When it's like you're not initiating anything, you're not initiating phone calls, you're not initiating planning, getting together. He's gonna be like, oh, we're not, okay, I haven't seen you in a while. It's like, then he has to do it, right? And then when he does it, positive reinforcement. But yeah, the only way this works is if you stop. You can't be the one trying to.
Oh, and it's so bad because, like, I had to go take my son to his dad's, and then I still had his son, so I had to bring him back out. And I'm like, okay, now I'm here because I have his keys. So tomorrow we'll see each other, but it's like I just go home. You know, like, and then too, should I respond to his message? I didn't respond.
The message of him like appreciating you. Yeah, yes, you should respond. What do you mean? Yes, you should respond.
Those things don't do anything to me. My kids do it too. Like they know. Like I'm like, okay, thank you, but I need you to do the dishes. You know, it's like that's what makes me feel like, oh man, my mom is special. You know.
I get it. There's nothing wrong with that, but you also respond like you still know where that's coming from, right? So it's like if someone gets you a gift, right? Like. If someone gets you a gift that you don't like, you still are like, thank you for the gift, right? You know it's going in the trash. You know you're going to re-gift it, but you know that like, oh, but you didn't have to get me something though. So it's like, I appreciate the thought of you getting me something, right? I'm not going to wear this shit, but I appreciate it. That situation that you're in, like, yeah, respond that he just giving you a gift that you don't want. But he still is giving you a gift, right? So from his perspective, he's doing something kind, showing you appreciation. So you definitely don't want to be cold with that. It's just empathy. It's like I'm sure the way that you show love sometimes maybe not be his love language, but like you still expect him to show some appreciation, right?
I do know his love language, so I consciously do make an effort.
Yeah, and you're expecting him to do the same. So it's like it's just gonna have, how you're gonna have to play it. To be honest with you, you're just gonna have to play it where it's like you do not fill the gap. You let things fall apart; they fall apart, and let him be the one to lead. That's just gonna be the situation. And if he doesn't, then it's like, then you know that it won't work, right? Because you're not in a place where you're going to be willing to be the parent, in a sense, right? So yeah, that's just what it is in this situation. You gotta let him feel the pain of you not covering his slack. Have him step up to the plate, and then when he does, you show a lot of appreciation for it. So if his is words of affirmation, you show a lot of verbal words of affirmation for, him stepping up to the plate and actually leading. I know it's annoying though. I get it.
Yeah.
But it's like,
Because initially, you said don't do things when you're triggered. Initially, when I saw that, I was about to be like, well, nigga, you like playing something to show me. Thank you, but like,
yeah.
What else?
Yeah.
Where are we going tomorrow when you get back? Cause,
Yeah.
And then I was like, nah, because I'll be mad if you don't say nothing.
Yeah.
And then we even still talked on the phone. He called me, he FaceTimed me, and he knew I didn't respond. And I'm like, okay. But I was like, well, I'm going to wait. And then he told me tomorrow he's taking off, and I'm working from his home. So there's now like a hope of like, please plan to take me to lunch or, go get me my favorite lunch, like something before I go home on Tuesday, because I would probably be very sad.
I get it.
But I also am like, should I try to say something?
But you've already communicated these things?
I did.
Right.
But we haven't, I feel like, because everything came up, it's like, I bailed him out of this. And it's like, yeah, okay, he sent me a message. And it was a very nice message. So I know that's his love language, but still, like, mine still needs to be fulfilled.
Yeah, exactly. 100%. So it's like, that's the reason why I'm telling you to play it this way, because you've already told him this. Okay. The first thing you do is communicate, right? We check that box. So it's not like he's not aware. And you don't want to set up the situation where you have to keep communicating it. Right. So you're in a position where it's like, you just pull back energy a little bit. And it's like, let him fill the gap, right? Mm-hmm. Let him feel your absence a little bit, right? I'm not planning anything. I'm not going to be the person who carries this relationship. So it's like, if you want to see me, then you proactively make a decision to see me. You set the plan to see me, right? I'm not going to do it for you. Mm-hmm. Enough time passes, he'll pick up on the fact that you're not as present, and then he'll try to go ahead and make it happen. When he makes it happen, you show a lot of appreciation, which then kind of trains him to be like, oh, I should probably do that more often. It's not like you pull back a little bit and then he plans one thing and then you go and you help him plan from there on out. No, you let him do it a little bit, right? Yeah. You let him do it a little bit to show him that that's like the standard that you are expecting. Okay. And then after he's like learned, then it's like now it can be a little bit more balanced, right?
Right. So tomorrow, just everything's hunky dory. And then if I leave on Tuesday, I just leave on Tuesday? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Well, fingers crossed. Hopefully he picks up on it and he plans something. But I get your frustration. It sounds very annoying. But
and I'm just like, I'm really not asking for a lot. Like, I'm not like that type, like, I don't need, it's just gestures. Mm-hmm. I need a gesture, not just like even a small one. Like, I mean, and I get it, like this weekend he got my favorite juice, so he did get that. But it's like he had to go to the store, get all the stuff. Like, he was like, what do I need? Make sure you have everything for the kids. And I'm like, we need this, and and it's like, okay, you got the juice, but I'm like, I still want more. Like, the juice, that can be my whole thank you for 2 5-year-olds. It's a lot.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I was like, half time, you heard me the first day. Them kids was loud.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, but I also don't want to get stuck in the, yes, I'm a mom, but I am CC before I'm a mom. And sometimes I want to do other things with adults and, and be out and can't just be this. Like, it feels like we already like 20 years in. And it's like, oh yeah, she, I'm guaranteed. It's like, hold on, we still gotta like have that spark, like I know I give that, like I said, wifey safe energy, but it's like, you don't know, have me dressed up in a minute, my pressure, I'm pressured out here, okay?
Let them know.
And probably why you trying to keep me in, but it's like, hold on, I gotta remind you, like, hold
Let
on.
them know. You can step now. You can step.
Yeah, so this is just like, I'm a woman and you a man, so we gotta be like acting accordingly.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it gotta be outside. But...
Well,
okay,
hopefully.
well, I'll message him so by the time he lands,
Fingers crossed. Definitely keep me posted. Keep me posted on how it goes. Alright.
Alright, hold on. Let me get my display back because I sure did take those comments away because I don't want to read nothing. Alright, now I can see. Oh yeah, okay, we had 89 taps. Let's go ahead and get up to 100K. We got 15 minutes left in the show. We need that 100K, y'all. Let's tap, tap, tap. Alright, thank you guys.
Appreciate you,
Cece. That's it. Thank you.
Appreciate it. All right. Let's see who we got in the queue.
Yeah, work on Carlo.
Hello.
Hello. Give me 1 second.
Mm-hmm.
Can you hear me?
I can.
Perfect. I just have a quick question about, I guess, like, I'm trying not to cry. I'm trying to give space to my boyfriend after being with him for a good 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't met any of his family, which I'm not saying it's fine, but at the same time, I've been in a relationship before where I've never introduced anyone to my family. It's just a culture thing, and I guess I respect them so much that I want to give them space.
Mm-hmm.
He said he's not in love with me anymore, but loves me a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Like, wants to keep a friendship and everything, and doesn't want to like lead me on. And I guess I'm trying to deal with that right now more than anything. And I guess I'm going to leave him alone, obviously, because I don't want to be a nuisance. And I can tell he's like dealing with his own stuff and everything. He's a business owner and all that.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess I'm trying to play this the right way more than anything. I guess, like, what's your advice? Like as a man, like, what do you think that I should, like, what would you want if you were in that position, Like, what's the best course of action at this point? Just leaving someone alone, letting them figure things out, or I've tried being supported, but obviously that's not being accepted,
Yeah, this is tough, love. I understand. You said y'all were together for 3 years?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Unfortunately, there's nothing really you can do in this situation, given how he broke up with you and told you, like what he told you. Like, this isn't something that you can solve. This isn't a problem to be solved. This is simply an ending. Okay? And it's painful. That hurts. You don't want it to be, but you cause more suffering when you don't accept that and you try to change that. And you don't accept that it's unchangeable. Right?
Yeah.
So the best course of action would be for you to go ahead and just take him at his word and then move on. Know that rejection is God's protection. There's going to be someone else out there who's the even better fit for you. It may not make you feel good right now because you want the person you're with. I get that, right? You're going to have to ultimately just grieve this connection. You have to grieve it.
Yeah, dang. I guess it's like one of those things that I guess obviously no one wants to hear, you know, and I don't know, I guess I just, I don't know, I was hoping that maybe there's something I could do to, like, I don't want to say convince him, just like make him see. Like, it's just hard. Like, after 1 month ago, everything's fine, and then this month is just not hitting.
Yeah, I get it. I get it. But yeah, you're just gonna have to move on, love, and grieve this connection. There'll probably be more tears, more than likely. That's good. That's the sadness coming out, right? I would advise you to go no contact. Don't go watching the social media posts or trying to talk to them or looking at old photos. Like, really remove any kind of things that are going to, like, remind you of the situation. And time heals all, right? It'll just take time. Eventually you'll be in a place where, you know, you think about this person less and less and less until they're not on your mind at all anymore. But it's gonna be tough for a little while. This is a fresh wound, so you're just gonna have to grieve it. Okay?
Okay. Alrighty, thank you.
No problem, love. You take care. Alright. What's going on with the queue? Someone said next year this time you're gonna laugh about it. Yeah, I think she'll be good in a year. It was a 3-year long relationship. She'll be good in a year for sure. That never makes people feel better though, because they're just like, especially when they're asking questions like, how do I like stop this from happening? It is rough. Dr. Logic came back. What happened to Dr. Logic? Someone out there will appreciate her time. Yeah. I saw a video not too long ago. It was like a Christian themed video. And they were like, breakups hurt so bad because we're not supposed to go through them. Like, just from a Christian lens, it's like, biblically, there is no such thing as like boyfriend and girlfriend, right? So like, you just get married. And then like, the marriage ends when one of you dies. So it's supposed to be just that grief is the only grief you're supposed to experience. You're not supposed to experience like getting that close to somebody and then grieving person at the, you know, people like break up, get another relationship, break up, get another relationship, break up. It's like, that's a lot of grief, man. That's a lot of grief. They say men don't bounce back like that. They say it takes 8 years for you to fully metabolize heartbreak, like really get it out of your system. Like 8 years. Fully. There's like a new study. I can't quote the study, but like it was a new study done that like showcased that it takes on average about 8 years to fully get it out of your system. That just shows how much of an impact people leave on you, right? So yeah, and men for sure don't have as much of a pronounced ability to pair bond as women do. So men only really got this many heartbreaks in them before they just cook. There are some guys who ain't got over their high school heartbreak and they're 40. So it's like, some guys, it's like they can't keep going through that shit. Cece is back. Cece, what's up?
I am back because I'm also read the room shit. Y'all coming up here, it's not even your turn the camera on. You're taking away from the host, interacting with the other person. Like, wait your turn. You can turn the camera on. Just wait your turn.
That's
like,
right.
You're trying to make sure that the audience is all on you. You over here. Don't nobody care about that.
Yeah.
Don't nobody care about that.
Yeah. Let them know.
Wait your turn and you could do all that. Okay, wait your turn though. It's not your turn when somebody else is talking.
That's right.
That's why I say, like, Dr. Logic, you come up, but like that was just too much. Like we, I don't know. Everybody else will know. We all up in here. We take them down. Turn your camera off.
Y'all better
Mute up.
y'all better
Not
know.
your turn.
The moms don't play. The moms
We
do
don't
not play.
We don't play. It's not your turn. Trying to be a star. No. So we gonna list some more people up. You got a couple more minutes?
Yeah, I might go a little longer tonight. I'm feeling good. So yeah.
All right.
Appreciate
So
you,
the
Cece.
ladies, if y'all want to let him back up, he can come back up. But if it's not your turn, turn the camera off. Sorry.
Appreciate you, Cece. I think Dr. Logic, he must got somebody in the chat he got his eye on. He wanna turn that camera on real quick. He was warned many times. I think I saw y'all in the chat warning him not to turn the camera on. He's left the live. Yeah, I can see how that would be upsetting. I mean, he did say he was busy. Maybe his beeper went off, you know? Oh, Arlene's back. I know she got an update. Arlene, what's up?
Hi, good evening.
How you doing?
Good, how are you?
Good. What can I do for you?
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Okay. So I just needed I just wanted to update you on what was going on.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you remember, I remember the person that I went on 2 dates with, and I'm trying to remember the last thing I told you. I'm trying to remember where we left off. Oh, last time I called you, I had not heard from him. I think I mentioned to you that I stopped by his job to say hi.
Yeah.
And he seemed like super happy to see me, and I never heard from him. I believe that's the last time I spoke to you.
Okay. Yeah. That sounds about right.
Yeah. Right. Okay. So he actually ended up calling. I believe it was maybe Wednesday or Thursday, midweek. It was strange. I wasn't expecting his call. I was busy at work, missed his call, voicemail. And his voicemail was yo, girl, your phone is popping. And I was like, what? Ew. Why are you even speaking to me
That sounds like a DJ. Sounds like how I would imagine a DJ would talk.
Say that again?
That sounds like how I would imagine a DJ would talk.
It's hard to hear you. It's very close to the microphone. Sorry.
Hold on. It might be on your end, Arlene. Hold on.
Or I don't know if it's me.
Do you have me on speakerphone?
Nope. I just picked up the phone normal, if it was a phone call. I have the phone up to my ear. Okay, so he left this voicemail that I was ew, what is wrong? I was am I your friend, or are you not into me, right? So, anyways, his voicemail said, if you call me back, I'm gonna be in a meeting, but I'll get back to you. So I returned the call because I never heard the voicemail. I called him back. Long story short, he ends up calling me back 30 minutes later. So he calls, and I'm like, hi, how are you? Treated him like normal, like I usually do. Very sweet. And he was like, oh, it's so good to hear from you. We were talking, and then mid conversation, he hits me with the, oh, so I don't want to act like I haven't spoken to you in a few days. The reason for my call is because I just wanted to let you know, I know that I've been MIA. He said 3 days or a week before meeting you, I got robbed at gunpoint. Okay. And he did mention this when we went to the movie theaters, but he never elaborated on it. So he said, I got robbed at gunpoint, and I was actually out with the person, and the person that I was with was an ex. As soon as he said ex, I was like, okay, yeah, I was like, okay, man, I'm not about to sit on this phone and hear you talk about no woman. Absolutely not, right? But I heard him out. So he's like, yeah, and so she's very upset with me, and pretty much she doesn't want to speak to me, and she feels that it's my fault. So then he says, and I also lost one of my best guy friends very recently as well. And I was like, oh, what happened? Did he pass away? I didn't know.
he's like, oh no, he got mad. He got very upset. He got into a fight with me, an argument, and he walked out. I'm like, okay. And then I was like, well, listen, I'm giving him advice. I'm like, listen, certain people walk out of your life because they're not meant to be in certain seasons of your life. You just got to learn from it. Take something from that situation and learn from it. And if she, if she doesn't want to be with you, then you have to, you have to just be grateful that that door closed, and you're just not going to be for everybody, and everybody's not going to be for you. And you just have to, I guess, be okay with that, right? Mm-hmm. So I'm like giving him advice, and I was like, listen, I don't know what you believe in, but I believe in God, and you just got to take it up to the man upstairs. Just I don't know, like everything's going to be fine. If, and he's like, oh, you sound just like my mom. And he's like, I take everything. He's like, I'm a big mama's boy. Like, I speak to my mom about everything. So when he's done speaking, this was a very long conversation. It was like over an hour. I'm trying to remember everything he said. When he's done telling me his story about this woman, he seems very upset about it. So when he's done, I say, and I didn't mean to be rude or mean in any way, but I said, okay, so, because I was upset he kept speaking about another woman. So I was just defensive, and I said, okay, so where are you trying to get at with this? So what's your point? Let me know. What's good? What's up? So he was like, oh, no, don't take it. It's nothing like that. You're amazing. You're great. You've done everything right. I just want to let you know because I feel very depressed. And so he's like, and I have a therapist, and I'm working with my therapist because every time I speak with my mom about my problems, it's very overwhelming because my mom tells me exactly what you're telling me. And so I said, listen, I can relate a little bit. Sometimes you just want to be in your feelings, and sometimes you just want to feel your feelings and just go through it. You don't want to run away from your problems. You want to go through it. And so that was my advice to him. I gotta go upstairs. So
you think he calling right now?
Huh?
Okay, you kept cutting in and out.
Say that. Sorry, it's hard to hear you.
I said you kept cutting in and out.
Oh, okay. Did you hear the last thing I said or no?
No.
Can you hear me?
No, I was just muting you so it doesn't echo. But the last thing I heard was you getting him saying that he was depressed and that he has a therapist. That's the last thing I heard you say. Now I'm gonna unmute you.
Okay, and then I said to him, I'm trying to remember. Man, this was a while ago. I said, sorry, I'm trying to be quick. I know there's other people waiting. I said, okay, listen, I don't know what I said. I really can't remember right now. But I said, oh, yeah, I brought up. I was like, yeah, to be honest with you, I genuinely thought you were upset that I went to your job. I was like, I genuinely thought that's why you didn't speak to me for the past couple of days. I was like, I really hope, that didn't upset you. I was trying to be respectful. It came from a good place. I really wanted to see you. It's been a week since I've seen you. It's been a week, since our date, hinting, I want to see you again. I want to go on a date again. Until he was like, no, I'm really happy that you came. I was not upset at all. I would never get upset that you come by my job. And he was like, and I'm happy that you did. And so I was like, yeah. And then I thought, maybe it's another woman. I was like, listen, I may not be for everyone, and that's okay. And I can handle rejection, and I'm okay. I thought, that something else was going on. And I never would have thought that it was because you feel depressed or you feel however it is that you feel. So he gets off the phone with me because he tells me he's overwhelmed because he's stuck in the car and he wants to go upstairs to his house. So he gets off the phone, he calls me back. We end up speaking for another maybe 5 or 10 minutes. And so he tells me, yeah, I just want to let you know where my head is at in case you don't hear from me. So I was like, listen, I know what depression is like. I empathize with you. If you need anything, I'm here. I was like, you just got to go through the motions. Just don't get so upset. It's going to be okay, right? Certain people leave your life and you just have to understand that. Then he tells me, yeah, my best friend, she's moving to the South Bay, like San Francisco. And so I'm going to lose her too now. So it's going to be 3 people I'm losing. And I just, honestly, I've been home for the last 4 days. Like, he tells me, these are his exact words. The other day I tweeted how people need to check in on their DJs because we're out here making everyone else happy on the weekends, but little do they know what I'm going through behind closed doors. And I was like, listen, I'm here for you. Whatever you need, let me know, So he was like, no, Arlene, like, you're great. Like, I have nothing but good things to say about you. Like, you're amazing. Like, I don't want you to feel that, you've done anything wrong. I was like, all right, cool, So he tells me, I'm going to get in the elevator. I'm going to call you right back because the phone call is going to cut off. I was like, okay. I wasn't expecting him to call me back, and I knew he wasn't going to call back, right? He doesn't. He never calls me back. So I'm home. I'm in grad school, so I was getting some work done, and then I made dinner. But I made like a really good dinner for myself, and so I had a bunch of leftovers. It came from a good place. I just wanted to go give him dinner, right? Mm-hmm. So I call him. He didn't pick up the phone. And I knew he wasn't going to answer just because of the simple fact that he never called me back. Like, there's been many times where, before I called you, there were times where, I would randomly FaceTime him just to say hi. Like, how's your day going? How you doing? Like, just want to hear from you. And he just wouldn't pick up. So it doesn't surprise me that he didn't answer. So I was like, oh, well, maybe he fell asleep. Let me give this guy the benefit of the doubt, like I normally do. So I go to bed, and I'm, upset about it, right? So I wake up in the morning, and he has sent me a text, hey, and it literally says, hey, sorry, I never called you back. I got home, I got in the shower, and he goes, I got home, I took a shower, and I jumped on another call. And then I fell asleep. No, thank you, I'm not hungry, but I appreciate it. I was very upset. Not upset. I was mad. I was like, you know what? I'm tired of, trying with him. And so I just never responded. And I don't want to respond.
Okay.
Another part of me wanted to reach out to him that morning and say, hey, you know what, you want to go for a walk? Let's go to the gym. Let's go. That's where I let out all my stress. That's very therapeutic. I know what it's like, to feel how he's feeling. And so I wanted to be there for him. And so my question is, I was battling with the fact, should I do that or should I just let it go? Because sometimes I feel like when you are there for a man, they take advantage and they don't see you with the same set of eyes. They just feel, I don't know. It's like, I'm not trying to be his therapist. I don't want him to see me as the best friend. I don't want him to see me as the homegirl, at all by any means. So I just chose not to respond. I haven't heard from him, which is cool. I really don't want him to reach out unless he has something to offer because I was interested.
Okay.
So yeah, I was just kind of upset, I was trying to do something really nice for him, drop off some dinner, because I asked, I didn't mention this to you. So I called him, he didn't pick up. I sent him a text, hey, did you eat dinner? I just want to drop off some food. And he never answered. I wasn't even trying to see him, okay, he's saying he's depressed and he's going to go MIA. That was the reason for his phone call. I'm just going to drop you off some dinner because I know what it's like when you're busy. When I'm busy, working, studying, I forget to eat sometimes. So it's nice if someone comes and, hey, Arlene, I'm going to make you some food.
Arlene.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I got to pause you for a second. I'm going to answer your question, okay? I got to mute you. Okay. Arlene was going off. Okay, Arlene. What I'm getting from you is that you're a little bit anxiously attached, right? It's fine. It's okay. You're a little bit anxiously attached. So the way it's manifesting in this situation is you are staying too long. You're overstaying your welcome here. You're overstaying your welcome. And I said a little. You're overstaying your welcome in this connection. You've been on 2 dates with this man. 2. You're too invested to have gone on 2 dates with him, right? When we talked about you visited him at work, that was too soon for 2 dates, right? It's okay, it's fine, but just moving forward, 2 dates kind of too soon. This guy has a lot of problems. You have to avoid the unfortunate and the unlucky. I hate that is in the book, The 48 Laws of Power. I'm not a big fan of that book, but That's true. You do want to generally avoid the unfortunate and unlucky because there's a reason why they're always unfortunate and unlucky. All right? He's hitting you with a lot of problems at once. He's depressed, lost a friend, got robbed. All of this in a very short amount of time. That means he's attracting this type of vibe. He's attracting this type of energy. So just off that alone, it's not someone to deal with, right? And I've already told you from the first conversation, he's a DJ. He's a 40-year-old DJ. He's a 40-year-old DJ who just keeps getting the short end of the stick. It's not a good person to invest in, right? And he also is not prioritizing this connection, right? Possibly because he's still dealing with his ex or other women. So continuing to pour into this would be a bad decision because you're not going to get anything out of it. You're just going to continually be frustrated. Okay, so I'm going to mute you now and hear what you have to say about that. All right?
Yeah, I totally agree. That's why I chose not to respond to him, and I just left it at that. That's it. Like I'm happy with the decision that I made, and I agree. I agree with you 1,000%. I invested too much too soon, and he never once prioritized me or whatever it could have been. Even if it was just a friendship, I was cool with that too. But
yeah,
I did tell him on the phone when we spoke. I was like, listen. He brought it up. He was like, I know you've told me you're really big on respect and really big on communication, which is why I wanted to call you. And he was like, and I don't want to act like I just spoke to you yesterday. He's like, I know I've been MIA for a few days. And I was like, all right, thanks for calling. You know, I appreciate it. But the minute he hit me with the ex, and I brought that up. And he was like, no, he's like, we've been broken up for 3 years. She's just a good friend of mine. We dated back when I was in college. And I was like, in my head, I'm like, yeah, you think I'm stupid? I'm not. Why are you still hanging out? Again, don't care. Like, don't call me to speak about another woman. Like, at all. That's just inappropriate. You know? Clearly, your head is not where it needs to be, and that's fine. Like, so yeah, I didn't respond to him, and that's fine. I don't know if he ever will reach back out. I'm sure that he will, like, on a cool level. Like, I'm not trying to be cool with you. Either we're gonna do this or we're not. I'm not 20.
There you go.
I'm not trying to waste my time, and I don't want to waste yours either.
Yeah.
You know, so it's cool. I guess it was a learning experience for me, you know, and that's it. Like, I have no hard feelings. I was never sad. I was fine. Like, I was just like, I looked at the message when I woke up and I was like, man, I called you to bring you food and you want to hit me with this text? Come on. The least thing you could do is return the phone call. Like, have some manners. You know what I mean? Like, you're how old again? Like, I'm a lot younger than you. Well, not a lot, but I'm a few years younger than him. Yeah. And it's like, in my head is straight, you know, but it's cool. Like, from the beginning, he just had different intentions, and so I guess I never saw that, or I never maybe wanted to see it, or, you know.
Yeah.
So I know that I'm the one with the problem, and which is again why I chose not to respond. I was like, yeah, I'm not dealing with this. You you have a therapist, go do what you gotta do. I wish you well. If you want to get back to me, hey, I don't know, maybe I'll be with someone, maybe I won't, you know. But I guess I just felt bad not responding, to be honest. I felt bad not responding. I wasn't trying to be a bitch. I just didn't know which way to move. I didn't know what was the best approach.
I got you. But yeah, you got to end this. But don't worry, there'll be another one right around the corner. All right?
Yeah. I'm not worried, but thanks. I appreciate your time.
No problem, love. You take care.
Have a good night.
You too. And the other one right around the corner may be yours truly. Arlene is pressure, isn't she? Arlene, you're in Cali, right? You're in Cali, Arlene? I might gotta take a little trip. Ash, what's going on, man?
Can you hear me?
Yes, what's going on?
It's working better now than earlier today, so that's good.
What's that?
Before I ask my question, I think you brought up a stat about what men get over marriage 8 years or something, or what was that general stat? I was just curious. What was that?
Stat about what again? I missed that.
I think you said like men get over marriage 8 years or something. Is that like general, or is that for men, or?
I think it's just for people in general.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was married before, and it was a bad relationship. But once I ended it, I was like, I was in a better place, and I'm glad I was not in part of the relationship anymore. And it does take a while, but when you're in a bad situation and you get out of it, it feels so much better. But it does take time. So I definitely hear you with that. So obviously, if I go on the future dates, right? Because I asked some people about this. Some people mention that if you go on a date, that you should mention on the first date that you were previously married. Some people say just wait till it gets brought up. What is your opinion on that?
When you should bring up the fact that you were married?
Yeah, I mean, let's say I go on another date. Is it something I should bring up on my own on the first date, or maybe the first, second date if they bring it up?
I think like when it organically comes up.
Whenever, okay. Because I know some people were like, hey, I don't want to. I want to know if this guy was previously in a relationship. Was he married? So both persons, their time is not being wasted, or So that's why I was curious, because I always hear both sides to it. Like some people say, I'm not going to date someone who was previously married and he didn't tell me. And the other people be like, hey, eventually they don't bring it up right away. After some time, they didn't bring it up. I've spoken to some women and, they got turned off by it when I told them in the beginning. So that's why I would but again, there's going to be other people that doesn't care. I mean, they want to know what happened. Are you learning from your mistakes? Because things happen, whether if it's marriage, engagement, relationship, sometimes it doesn't work out. As long as you kind of learn from your mistakes and become a better person. So I just kind of want to get your thought on that. Anything else you want to add?
Nope.
Okay.
All right, brother. Best of luck to you, man.
Appreciate your time. Thanks.
Mm-hmm. Donald. Donald, if you're there, you're muted. Donald, going once. Going twice. Sold. Approaching our last couple of calls here. Let me see. No. Zion, what's happening?
All right, sorry, it went straight to my headphones.
Mm-hmm.
Question: what are some acts that are how they're sparking safety? What are some acts of safety that are unknown, that are lesser, that are still great in a relationship?
In a relationship?
Yeah, the little things,
Like love languages would be safety, technically.
So catering to their love language, safety.
Mm-hmm.
But if, let's say, because I know this or something, let's say I don't cater to their love language, but I'm in every other part of their life. Am I still even? I don't know.
I don't get the question.
There seems to be something with spark and safety where safety is lost when people don't do acts of service, where they lose their income, on the man's side. It seems like when the man's not doing things or doing what he's not doing what he's supposed to do. So what are some things that a man should do automatically that men don't know? That's what I'm asking. Some little things.
Leadership is a big one, right? It's something that men know, but they don't do. I would say one way that a lot of guys drop the ball in a relationship is, remember, were you on the live where the woman was complaining about, well, she was describing the situation with her boyfriend who was in a financial bind, but he would not accept any financial help from her.
I think so.
But he kept complaining about it.
Oh.
He was lowering safety.
So don't really complain, just do.
It's the way that you can't complain though. That's just not a masculine. We're problem solvers. Complaining is not solving the problem, right? But you're human also. So you're going to have like emotional experiences, bad experiences. I've always told guys, when you bring that up to your lady, it has to be framed appropriately. By framing it, I mean, if you're bringing up an issue with your woman, you're going through a hard time, you frame it like you have a plan and you got it under control. Maybe you need her assistance, right? Maybe you're open to her, helping, but you got it under control, right? So you're giving her the safe feeling of like, my man got shit on lock, he'll figure it out, right? You have that such strong conviction and belief in yourself or your higher power that success is guaranteed.
Okay.
In that guy's example, he was doing the complete opposite, right? Doing the complete opposite. He was not accepting her help of solving the problem. So like, he was complaining about his financial situation. She tried to help. He's like, no, I don't want your help. But it's like, but you're just complaining about it. So attraction will decrease in that situation. This isn't PC to say, by the way. Like, if there was a mental health professional, they would disagree with what I just told you. But they're oriented around they're coming from a paradigm of shit that makes sense on paper, but not practical. Right? They're coming from a place of like, men and women are exactly the same, and we're not exactly the same. We're not. Shit is unfair. But if you want to lead the dynamic, right, then to lead is to take on more of the responsibility. So you are essentially entering a dynamic that is unfair because you're the leader in it. You take more responsibility. That's how it is.
All right. So I can ask for help, and that's all right. Like,
Yeah.
if she can help me with something, that's fine. All right.
Absolutely.
That's
Absolutely. You're not making her like be the emotional sponge in this situation though, right? If you want to be hurt, you just want to like vent and complain, all that kind of, go to your homeboys, do that kind of shit. Like, go talk to men about that. Don't do it with it's just unwise. It's not that it's morally wrong. It's just unwise. It's an unwise thing to do. It doesn't help the relationship at all.
All right. That makes sense. All right. Thank you.
No problem, bro.
All right.
Shades of Shy, what's going on?
Hi, so me and my boyfriend been dating for like 2 years, and we're talking about like moving in together, but I just feel like he tells everybody else like, he wants to move in with me and things like that, but to me, when I'm asking about it, he doesn't outright just like say it or seem excited about it, but to other people he does. And I don't want to make a big deal about it, but it's kind of weird to me.
Okay, I missed the first part of that. What's the situation again? Very briefly.
So we're moving in together.
Okay.
But he doesn't really say like, he's excited to move in with me or anything to me.
Okay.
But to other people he do.
Okay. And that's annoying you, I bet.
Yeah, like I don't want to make a big deal about it, but it's kind of weird. Like, why are you not saying it to me?
Huh. How do you know he's saying it to other people?
His cousin dates a good friend of mine, and so she just kind of tells me like some information, and then he kind of tells me like, oh, I talked to this person about it. I'm telling these people, like he seems excited about it or whatever, but I don't know. To me, it just seems, I don't know. But he says he doesn't really like change, so I'm trying to give grace, but it just seems kind of weird. I don't know.
Why does this bother you? Do you know?
I could say like I'm anxious attached, and I just really like to maybe hear it, I guess.
Yeah. That's good. You got self-awareness. But, sometimes when you're anxiously attached, you can kind of make a mountain out of a molehill. Like, this is annoying. I get it. I understand. So why you not just tell me how you feel about this situation? But this isn't something to make a problem over, though.
Okay.
Because he's probably not thinking about it. Like, he could have just been talking to the person, like, he just said that because he's creating conversation with the person, right? So, yeah, I wouldn't think that much into it.
Okay, and it's kind of like a part 2 to that.
Okay.
So, like, we both have, like, kids on our own or whatever, but he kind of helps out his mom. So, like, we're moving in together, but to me, it's, like, part-time. But I understand why. But it's, like, 4 to 5 days with me and then the rest, taking care of his mom and with his kids. And obviously, I don't make a big deal about that because I understand, but, like, I may have said, like, oh, like, I thought we was moving in together, not part-time roommating, and that kind of pushed the button.
So what's the question there?
Like, I don't know. Like, is that... I don't really know what the question is. I don't know. Is that bad? Like, am I making a big deal out of things?
Kinda.
Okay.
Kinda. Yeah. You're kind of making a big deal out of things. Yeah. Your reaction is proportional to the situation.
Okay. Thank you.
No problem, love. You take care. All right, people. I'm getting tired. When I get tired, my answers get short, so I will spare you all. If you're new here, make sure to follow. I go live daily. I'll be live again tomorrow at 12 p.m. Eastern Time and 9 p.m. Eastern Time. So if I didn't get to your question, I will get to your question then. Guys, if you need help with dating and relationships, link in bio for coaching. It will help you. Hold on. I think I saw a question in the chat. Making sure I didn't miss anything. Okay. Anyway. So yeah, need help, dating relationships, coaching link in the bio, course link in the bio. Pick whichever one makes the most sense. Appreciate the mods, appreciate the chat. I will see you all tomorrow. Is the course? No, it's not free. Nothing I sell is free. Everything I sell costs money. Okay? I'll see y'all tomorrow, man. Y'all take care.